If we listen to the voice of God more than we do anything else, more things would take place in our life. We would come out of the foolish thinking that we are. A lot of emotions would be healed. Our marriage would be healed. Our relationship with our family would be healed. Our relationship with church would be healed. Come on, don't shout me down now. If we start listening to the voice of God. But more times than none, we listen to ourselves. We listen to the wrong voice. And sometimes, listen to me, sometimes in order for God to talk and get a picture, sometimes he has to take you to a place like he did them with Lazarus, and he has to sit down in front of a table and say, look, he was dead, now he's alive. Look what I did for him. And sometimes in life, God has to walk us down that road because we get arrogant, we get pompous, we get full of pride, all of these things that goes on. Before you know, life just takes over. Before you know, our business takes off, and we think we had everything to do with it. Next thing you know, praise God, our church started out in the Salvation Army, and now it's on 7th and Broadway, and we think we had everything to do with it because we think we got everything going on. Come on, somebody. When we got to stop for just a minute and know that God has got a place. He has got a place inside of his house, inside of his life. He's got a place that you can rest in, that you can understand in, but you got to hear the voice. God, a lot of times, is not complicated. We make him complicated. His word is not hard to understand. We just get into a dull area of our life where when we don't want to read his word, we don't want to pray, we don't want to talk. Man, I must be preaching some good stuff. It's getting hard in here tonight. We get to a place in life where we just want to flow on through and praise God, we've been saved for so long, we know exactly how to act saved. We know how to act all this stuff. We know the part in our life that we got to play, and we go through all these things, and God's saying, look, I need you to hear me. Hear my voice. Know what I'm about to do. I want to bring you into a resting place because faith, listen to me, I said this the other day, faith is not struggle. A lot of people think that faith is just this big struggle and this big pain. But faith inside of Christ, a resting place inside of God, even though our faith is being tested, we still don't have to go through pain. We can recognize, okay, God, I know exactly what you're doing here. I'm going to endure. I'm going to last this thing. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to fall through. I'm not going to faint. I'm not going to die in the middle of it. I'm going to keep going because what I'm doing right now, when everybody sees me, they're going to see that the real struggle is not my issues. The real struggle is me not lining up with the Word. Sometimes when I'm really anxious for God to do something, listen to me, this is just how I am. When I lay my hands on somebody to pray for them, I expect them to be healed right then. And there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care. I expect them to be healed. It does not matter. Some people says, well, they're not being healed because of this or because of that. You know what? I just know that they are, and that's it. I lay my hands on them. If I don't see it right now, I don't quit. I keep believing. God's already did it. There's a time for everything to manifest. Listen to me. If God wanted to, he could have stepped out of heaven, and this is what he could have done. He could have made the earth, he could have made the sun, he could have made the stars, he could have made the ground, he could have made the trees, he could have made man, he could have boom. And I mean just 2 seconds, but he didn't. He took time. Every day was something different. God took time. God knew exactly what he was going to do. He come in 6 days before Passover, getting ready because on the 7th day, there's going to be a big resting place. He's getting ready